Hello everybody, it's your old pal Tuna here, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is the Otafest con vlog. Yes, I have traveled to Calgary, Alberta from Vancouver, Canada for the anime convention known as Otafest. This is my second year in a row attending. It is a 3-day convention, and yeah, I am very much looking forward to how things will go. If you don't know me, by the way, yes, hello, my name is Tuna. I am an illustrator and comic maker, and you will be seeing my art here as I erect my table display on the luxurious 8-foot tables that we are provided here at the convention. If you have been following the channel, you might know that I am on a bit of a convention bender this month, so May is always a super busy time for conventions across Canada. I have already been to Toronto for Tomo Arts Market, which you can check out the previous vlog for at your pleasure. And I had a short break before heading here to Calgary, and I will be flying directly from Calgary to Montreal right afterwards to attend MCAF, which, yeah, is my first time doing back-to-back cons outside of the Vancouver area. As an illustrator, I focus mostly on original designs, so you'll see that I don't really have a ton of fan art on my table, just a little Monster High fan art because I can't deny myself the pleasure. But I try to attend anime conventions because there's a lot of overlap between people who like anime that also like cute and colorful kitty cats, which is basically my whole entire thing. So if you are an independent artist who's looking for like where your stuff fits in because you don't think maybe you're right for an anime convention, let me be the example that I could totally recommend shacking up at anime cons and trying to make a couple bucks. As this is my second year here at the show, I do have some expectations for the type of sales that I want to make. Every time I do a convention for the first time, obviously I can only go off the information that I have from my friends and so on and so forth. But last year was pretty successful, and I'd really like to make or beat the amount that I made last year. But, you know, obviously this is part of my job, so it's important to make profit on my expenses. But at the same time, I really love being able to see kind of a different crowd of people outside of my regular Vancouver audience. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what Calgary will have in store for us this weekend. So without further ado, thank you for watching this table setup. Let's get back to Past Tuna. Hello everyone, I just took a post setup shower, so excuse me if I'm looking a little fresh, but I did want to check in face to face before we get into the whirlwind that's going to be this weekend. So as I mentioned, I am at Otafest right now. I have arrived on Thursday. I've partially set up my table as you saw, and I was waiting on my friend to deliver a box of literally all my merchandise. She drove it from Vancouver to Calgary for me. So that will be hopefully at my table tomorrow morning. I'll get in just a little bit early to stick my sticker sheets up and I don't know, take a look because I packed that box before Haru Matsuri, which was 2 cons ago. So I have no recollection of what was in there. I did make a list like of all the boxes that I was moving and all the merch I was moving for the shows that I'm doing this month. But you'll see that I left this really helpful note regarding my prints. So we'll find out tomorrow if I actually put any prints in that box. If not, no harm, no foul. But I hope you guys like that new kind of like metal display photo rack that I have. I was searching for a solution for these tote bags because you can't see them on my table pretty much anywhere that I put them. Like if they're behind me, you kind of can't see them. If they're on the table in front, anyway, this was the perfect solution. It was recommended by a friend, and I am super glad that I picked them up. They're stable enough, so hopefully they'll get us through the weekend, and hopefully they'll make selling of totes more selly because I brought enough, and I'd like to sell all the ones that I brought or somewhere close because then I have some room in my suitcase because I am flying directly to Montreal after this weekend here in Calgary, but we'll talk about that more later. Day 0, I'm obviously pumped up. I had like 2 hours of sleep last night, so there's a lot of coffee going through my veins right now, but I have the rest of the day to myself. Where me and my 2 friends who haven't arrived at the Airbnb yet are staying is just outside of the downtown core in kind of like a trendy area. So day 0, gonna go walk around, see if there's any cool shops, any cool restaurants, see what I can find, and I'm pretty excited. Hopefully I'll get a good night's sleep tonight because I think that's gonna make or break the rest of the weekend. Oh my gosh, hey, good morning everybody. I am back on the show floor. It is so much more filled with wonderful art than it was when I was here at the very beginning of the day to set up yesterday. And I'm a little sweaty because I hauled ass from the Airbnb here, and then I've been getting the table finalized because my box was there, my merch was there, and I have so far only discovered that I failed to ship ahead one of the cat enamel pins, but maybe there will be more stuff, who's to say. I am feeling fine. I was very pissed when I first got in because the table next to me is, in my opinion, encroaching on the aisle space and kind of blocking out my table a little bit. This might be new tuna lore, but I'm very strict when it comes to the rules and when it comes to justice, and if I feel that somebody is doing something unjust or not following the rules, I get quite upset about it, and this directly affects me. But I'm over it now because I had two people come up who were so nice, viewers, fans, new friends, and that just kind of made the day already super sparkly. And someone reminded me that this is a holiday weekend, which I never remember when holidays are because I just work all the time, so I don't observe most of them, which means it might be busier than last year. And I have noticed so far, I'm not sure if I've mentioned it in previous videos, but there has been a trend of better sales so far this year than there were last year, which I was totally not expecting. So we will see if that's how the weekend pans out. Bottom line is I'd just like to hit my $1,000 a day average, so $3,000 in sales over the weekend. That would be enough for me to be satisfied, because I think my expenses were about the same as they were for Tomo, which was around $500 to $750 with travel and food and Airbnb. But yeah, the show is about to open. The table's 99% set up. I just put the price tags on. I just wanted to come say hi before the room flooded with people and I needed to be standing at my table. And I'm wearing my Kua t-shirt. I don't wear these t-shirts in public very often because they have big booby anime girls on them, and I'm a 32-year-old woman and I don't know if I can always get away with it, but here at the Anime Con it is just another t-shirt. So yeah, I don't know how to end this off. Let's go sell some stickers. Oh my god, thank you! I'm filming one right now! These are my YouTube video fan stickers. Thank you for watching. It's a good place to be employed, I think, the Anime Con. Hey! Yeah, no problem. Encrypted! No problem. Would you like 2 separate paper bags? And then pay cash or card for you? I make vlogs for conventions and then vlogs of my life as an artist. I literally am. I clip it together with the more interesting stuff that happens throughout the weekend. I'm actually really delighted with how busy it's been so far, because sometimes it can be slow at the start of the day, but everyone's really friendly. And I was here last year for Otafest, and Calgary's just good vibes, so I'm glad to be back. Where are you from? Vancouver. So there's sales tax $26.25 for your portion. So $15.75 with the tax for yours. Thank you so much. Do you want a receipt? You are so welcome. Thank you. Find you online. Yeah. Take care. I love your Stardew costume. So cute. Oh, I love it. Amazing. It's nice, it's such a great cosplay, especially for a first day of the weekend, because all you need is the one thing, a pretty casual outfit and bright hair, right? Yep, exactly. Yeah, no one would even look twice. And the eye? Yeah. Oh, the cat king. Yeah. Love exact change. Thank you so much. And there you are. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. The cow cat? The Monster High stickers? Got it. Shall I get those in a paper bag for you? The coffee girl, you got it. So fun. Thank you. It's a nice assortment of things, you know? Just on the screen for me. Can I get you a receipt? And I will come back. So absolutely. Well, if you end up getting more sticker sheets, there's a bundle deal, so just remind me that you already bought some and I'll give you a discount. Yeah, enjoy your weekend.
We're combining things. So
Okay.
I'm gonna get the Ghost Rave.
Ghost Rave.
Not by one.
Yes.
And then we're gonna get the Get Lost.
The Space Girls.
Yeah. Cool. Yes. The crime scene.
Crime Scene Kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a murder mystery theme. If you look closely, I'm the one that was murdered and my cat is the one who killed me. Self-indulgent.
Yes.
Would you like a couple of bags for these then if they're splitting up? All going to the same house. All right. Perfect. And that's everything for you?
Yeah.
Perfect. So $31.50 with the sales tax just on the screen.
Oh my god, I love it. Can I take a picture?
Yeah, and this is, I'm from Vancouver, this is by my favorite artist, so if you ever find yourself there, on Instagram, do you want a receipt by the way? Okay, it's FUJI and then underscore.
If I can find my underscore, I'm so sorry. Yeah,
No, all good, TIVE.
TIVE.
And if I was wearing shorts, I could show you all the ones she's done on my legs because she's very talented, I highly recommend.
I love all the spooky stuff like that.
Yeah.
Spooky and cute. It's like my
That's
favorite
literally
thing.
her whole thing.
Oh my god, thank you. And is it okay if I take a picture
Yes.
with this because I'm probably going to come back for this?
100%. Thank you for asking. Thank you. That was a theme that I did where I each month of the year I do like a theme of sticker sheet and then a bunch of other merchandise, and that one was I wanted to create a hypothetical Animal Crossing style game but in space, so that's kind of the vibe for that one. So, some of them are new. I can't remember which ones are and which ones aren't, but I'm also out of a few designs, so yes, and orange is the most popular, tuxedo is the second most popular, then black cats, so yeah. Can I give you a business card?
I know for sure. I already follow you on Instagram, and I have your business card from many years past.
Well, this is a fresh one, so thank you so much. Yep, shiny new reset for 2025.
Adding to my collection.
Still yellow, still stripy.
Love it.
Yep.
As soon as I saw the hair, I was like, wait, I recognize that hair.
And that's why I could never go back. I'm cursed to have this hairstyle for the rest of my life.
Salute you for keeping the white. Like, that must be 1,000,000 hours of toning.
Yes, and I'm very blessed to have a partner who is willing to do the all-day split dye for me, because otherwise it'd be expensive upkeep. Hey guys, it's just about 4 o'clock now. It has been kind of non-stop stream of people all day. Definitely was a bigger rush at the beginning of the day, and then the afternoon kind of lull has persisted for the last 3 hours, I don't know, something like that. But I am getting a little sleepy. The clips you all saw were from the top of the day when I was full of sunshine and vinegar, and now I am, well, maybe a little more vinegar than sunshine at this point, but still feeling good. We are on till 7, so I guess that's 3 more hours. And with the downtime, I'm able to do some cat commissions, which is really fun. I think I've taken about 4 today. Finished one. I'll show you some clips of how those come along, because I will be offering that style online in July when I'm done with my con gauntlet and then holiday. But it's always a pleasure to do these shows because people always show me pictures of their cats, come up, whip out the phone, show me the pics, love it. And it keeps me going, even though it kind of makes me miss my little boys even more. Yeah, day 1 of 3 3-day cons are not my favorite. We know this. Next weekend is a 3-day con as well, but we're gonna get through together. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot to show you. Somebody made me a art by tuna bracelet with black and white, just like me. Isn't that cute? everyone, it's EP Tuna here. We're just like past 7 p.m. It's like 7:15 or something. Had a few chats, headed back to the Airbnb to collect my thoughts and then go to dinner. But today was fantastic. There was one minor crisis. My table mates to my left had a structural collapse to their print display, which careened into my table, knocking over a half-finished cup of coffee. Thank God, absolutely no merchandise was destroyed. The coffee got on everything else, but it was pretty easy to clean up with a lot of napkins. And it was a funny icebreaker because I hadn't really talked to them next to me yet during the day. So, and yes, it was the same display that was causing me issues this morning. Funny how that works. It was way busier today than I would have expected. I think I was at like $1,300 to $1,500 in sales, somewhere around there. So if trends continue, hey. I double checked my last year's sales and it was $3,700 over the 3 days. So I guess that's what we're looking to beat in a perfect world. But again, I'll take what I can get. And the vibes were just immaculate. Everyone was so nice. It was like busy enough that I was constantly at attention all day. And I had still time to chat with everybody who came by, because sometimes at like VanCaf, it's literally so busy that I have to shoo everybody away as soon as they give me their money, which isn't why I'm in this business. But yeah, I need some alone time. I'm gonna go have my fancy dinner, unwind, and then hopefully have a drink with the roomies before we go to sleep and get ready again for tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday at Otafest. That is the event that I am at. I am sleepy. I got some very tasty breakfast on my way here, and I am working on my first coffee. And the doors opened like 15 or 20 minutes ago, so there's definitely a smaller crowd than there was at the beginning of the day yesterday, but I think it's Saturday. We're gonna get a ramp up into the afternoon and then a peter off as the day goes on. But if things go as well today as they went yesterday, I'm sure that I will be a happy tuna. It's actually Eurovision today, so I might put that on a screen. I don't think there's much else to report. We stayed up pretty late last night, the three of us in our Airbnb talking shop, which was very fun, but it definitely meant getting a little bit less sleep than I should have. I am a little worse for wear, hoping that the fresh convention center air will perk me up. But yeah, I hope your day's going great too.
Well adjusted.
Well adjusted.
I have to.
Well, that's almost my last one as well. The anxiety. Any random?
Yeah, whichever one. Yeah, random ones, whichever one.
3?
Yeah, 3. I'll take the herb
You want
4
4?
whatever. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. These ones, all a little different?
Yeah, 3.
Perfect. All right, and paying with card?
Yeah, I'll just pay with credit card. And cash.
Easy.
Breaking news.
Good luck today.
America's Railroad Fix. Let me just made an announcement. You can not use your credit card now. Yippee! If you still have trouble, maybe try inserting it still. But apparently it'll fix.
Hello, I am masked now, which is why we are not doing any more footage probably for this weekend, because it's kind of hard to hear me through the mask with like the video recording. Anyway, I started to feel a little bit off, and then I was like, okay, let's mask up just in case. I'm not sure if I'm sick or not, but we will see what happens. Probably overnight. Tomorrow morning tuna will be whatever comes to pass. It's 4 o'clock here, and it is slower today than yesterday, which is very strange for a 3-day show. This is also what happened at Anime Revolution last year, which was Friday was like the best day of the 3 of them. So we will see what happens through the rest of the day. I think I'm just shy of $1,000, which means for the next 3 hours I might make the same amount as I did yesterday if there's some last minute purchases, but I might be down from yesterday. So I don't know. How do I even do this job? The unpredictability is unbelievable. But sometimes Saturdays have larger events like cosplay contests and better panels, so sometimes people just wait to shop on Sunday. We will have to wait and see. Aside from feeling a little bit iffy, I feel totally fine, happy, joyful, and definitely not as tired as I did at this time yesterday. And Kat, my roommate, just dropped off another black coffee, so we going strong, baby. We going strong. Hello from the Airbnb and my laptop. This photo booth smoothing face thing is so weird, but yeah, so I'm a sick little guy. I ordered some ramen because sick little guys eat soup. I'm really glad I threw the mask on. as soon as I started to feel unwell. And you know what? I just got to bring this thing across the finish line. So it is what it is. I don't feel terrible. And I'm hoping that it's just going to be a little cold that won't last for any longer than it has to. Please forgive me for the being of sick and the being in public. There's nothing I can really do about it at this point. And I'm just going to mask up, keep my hands clean, stay in my lane, and try not to get anybody else sick. That is it for Saturday. I think I mentioned that sales were down. I was down to like a couple $100s from yesterday, which is very odd. I'm wondering if like Saturdays being slower is going to be a trend going forward, because I did notice that at Annie Revo. But I was talking to some other people, and it seems like a lot of people were down today from yesterday, and the volume of people in the Artist Alley felt much, much lower. So yeah, Sunday is going to be our little wild card day. We will see what ends up happening, but based on the numbers, I think I've already hit about 3,000. I definitely think I can make more than $700 tomorrow, so we should be on track to beat last year's sales. And I have to try and be my sunshiny, cheery self behind a mask and probably sounding a little bit sick. I'm gonna eat this ramen now. You guys have a good night. I'll see you in a couple of seconds in the next clip. Hello everybody. It's your old pal, Typhoid Mary here. It's the beginning of Sunday. I am doing my best out here. We are keeping our distance, we are masking up, and we're gonna get through the 7 hours on the floor today. I don't know that I'm gonna feel super inspired to take much footage here, but I do have an idea for what I'd like to talk about in the next clip. So I'm putting up a little Q&A on Instagram to see if I get any questions from people about traveling for conventions, because I think it'd be fun to go over like how I prepped for it, and especially because I'm doing these ones back to back, and some things that I've learned and some advice that I can give you if you're interested in starting to travel around your country or region for conventions. This is not how I wanted this con to turn out. Honestly, there's been a whole bunch of hiccups, and I feel like really in good spirits. Often I can catastrophize, is that the word? When things start to go wrong, but I've been able to keep my cool. If this has to be the low point in my back-to-back con extravaganza, I'll take the L. But at least sales are okay, so I'm all smiles underneath here. Can you tell? That poor soul was back on May 18th, 19th, and it is Thursday, the 29th of May now. And obviously, I wanted to film more. I wanted to complete the video and the story that I was trying to tell therein, but I did not have the beans on Sunday to film basically anything, and I had intended to roll the footage over into a 2 cons 1 video thing for my trip to MCAF, which was right after I did Otafest. But long story short, they are now 2 videos, and we will fill out the rest of this video with my lovely talking head. How about that? Time has passed. As you can see, we are out of beanie season and into baseball cap season. This one says 9 lives. I got it on Poshmark or Depop while I was living in Ireland during the pandemic. It's my favorite. I have a hot cup of coffee, and we are going to talk about Otafest, and we are going to briefly talk about how I have been handling traveling to cons, because as I mentioned, I took some questions on Instagram, and as I was writing out my thoughts and my script, so to speak, for what I wanted to talk about, I realized that there's far too much for me to cram into the end of this video. So my plan is to do a full complete video with everything that I want to say about traveling for conventions. Please leave comments in this video comment box if you have any questions about how I travel to conventions, if you have any interest in details. Specifics are always helpful. And I'm not like an expert. I've only been doing it for a couple of years, and I only do it within Canada. So I'm going to be speaking from my experience and the collected experience of some of my peers. But yeah, if I can help in any way, let me know. Now is the time. So where you are seeing me now is in between Montreal and Toronto. I am going back to Toronto one more time for TCAF, and then I'm home for a day, and then we go on a holiday, which is going to be very welcome. And the main thing that's playing through my mind, like in terms of just the easiest piece of advice that I can give you about traveling for conventions, is like, you really have to like traveling. Like, if you do not like traveling, if you don't like airplanes, if you don't like hotels, if you don't like not being able to come back to like your space at the end of the day for a market, I definitely wouldn't recommend it. But if you do like the opportunity to travel around, to see new cities, to go new places, to meet new people, traveling for conventions is such a great way to do that, because even if you look at it as more of like a vacation that you are making money at and paying for, rather than like, you know, it's part of your business and you need to make money in order to keep your business going and pay your bills, then I think you're gonna love the opportunity to travel around your country or your area and see it from this perspective as, you know, an artist selling your wares. So I have been really enjoying this journey so far. Toronto was great, as you saw. Calgary, you know, there was nothing wrong with the event or anything that I did there. It was just getting sick was such a bummer. And then Montreal was amazing. So definitely tune in. I'm gonna do back-to-back postings for that one. So that video is gonna come out next weekend. Let's wrap up Otafest though. So this was my second year attending Otafest. I went last year and now I've gone this year, back-to-back years. There were a few different factors. Last year it was on a different weekend. This year it was back on the same weekend that it usually is. But otherwise, as far as I can remember, I should probably go back and watch the video from last year. It was pretty similar vibes to how things went last year. And I've been going into all of my cons this year with kind of like a trepidation, because I had expectations that the cons this year were all going to be worse than they were last year, but the trend continues to not be that way. So this Otafest, last year I made $3,700 in sales. This year I made $4,200 in sales, so that is an increase on last year. Let's go. The average sale, according to my Square, was below average. It was like 18 something. And I think that's because a lot of people were just picking up like a single sticker or one pin or something like that. There were definitely a few transactions that were on the larger size, but generally more conservative, which is totally fine. There's like a zillion artists in there to choose from, so spread the love. And really the biggest difference between last year and this year, I think, was that this year I was selling cat commissions on the spot, so digital commissions that I complete, as you saw. They are quite affordable. I priced them at $30 because they don't take me terribly long, and my intention was to do them at the con, but it was kind of busy, and then like with being sick, I was just like did not have the energy to sit and draw and also engage with people. I ended up taking like 12. So that is, you know, quick maths, $360 just in cat commissions, which sort of explains the $3,700 to $4,200 discrepancy. That's a big part of that. I don't regret that I took them, but they ended up dragging out like after the con, which was not my intention at all. Thankfully, I was able to complete most of them on the airplane trips that I was taking, but going forward, I will try to remember that maybe I'll take less, like a total of 5 or 6 for the weekend, just because then it's a more manageable number. But it's a nice thing to offer because it's a little bit different, and you know, if I'm gonna make cats the focus of my whole thing, which is just how it's worked out, then it is nice to be able to accommodate for people whose cats are not represented in merchandise. You know, there are some very fancy cats. I'll actually like post them all here because they were all super cute. Like in particular that dark one, that I've never seen a cat that looks like that before. Always happy to draw cute kitties. And as I mentioned, I will open these spots online in July, which is also when I'm gonna open my online shop again, because I am in a reorder situation here. I'm about to drop a couple $1,000s on reordering merchandise. So we're gonna put that on the online store because the whole tariff situation seems to be calming down. I don't know. Wishful thinking, perhaps? Anyway, back to Otafest. I really should keep better track of like what's popular and what's not from show to show. Oh yeah, Chester. Oh my god, everybody was obsessed with Chester at this one. So Chester is my little OC clown cat guy. I had sticker sheets, patches, single stickers, and charms, and I sold out of like every single copy of everything that had Chester on it at this one. And as well, I had my Meowthman stuff. I had a print and a embroidered patch, and I didn't have very many copies of either, and I sold out of all of those as well. I thought like a tote bag might be fun, but then I'm not gonna do tote bags anymore. I want to do shirts again. I don't know. Meowthman has potential. And I think like when you're trying to come up with like, okay, actually, let's talk about very briefly how to make products that are stuff people would buy, but that also hold true to like who you are as an artist. And like when you are becoming a commercial artist, which is basically what I am, it can be tempting to only follow trends or only follow your heart as an artist. And the way to be successful is to strike a balance between those two things. It's a constant ongoing task, but when you see people engaging with your work and you're noticing that one thing in particular is exciting the customers more than other things, I'm gonna disregard fan art from this conversation because I find that that is like a little bit muddier. But if you've done a clown cat and you're like, oh, I think people like clowns, you can start to kind of make more clown related stuff and see how the audience responds to that. And then same with the cryptids merged with cats, people respond really well to that, so you can lean in and make more merchandise inspired by those visuals. Because when you're in a room or even online full of people who are also making amazing products, like being able to connect with the person that's making the purchase is really important, and you have to find common ground between you and them, and you have to find something that is like a product that they would want for some reason. So yeah, patches, that's a product that has a purpose. Stickers, they have a purpose. But yeah, okay, I don't know. I do have plans to make a whole video about being a commercial artist and talking about like that balance of, you know, you as a creator and you as a brand manager or small business owner. Oh, that was just rambling off the top of my head, so hopefully that makes a little sense. One of the things that really gets me excited is every time I'm doing these cons and I'm getting that feedback from people in real life, I come up with all kinds of new ideas for new merchandise and new stuff that I want to make. So I'm definitely excited to dig into some of that. And I am currently riding the high of MCAP, so look forward to that video next week because it was a wild ride. I'll just move to the side here and we will say a real quick thank you to everybody over on Patreon who is helping to support the channel. These are the people who are allowing me the time. I literally spent all day yesterday editing this video and the Montreal video, and half of today gonna put this together and finish it all up for you. And the only reason that I can do that is because of the support of these people right here. And you can get your name on this super cool list for only $1. Check out the link in my description. For $1, you get things like digital downloads, podcast newsletters, access to my secret shop where you can buy my sticker sheets, and my Discord server where you can chat with me and other people in the community and share your art and, I don't know, just be chill, merry, whatever floats your boat. But if you have a little bit more to spare, you can hop into the Lunchbox Clubs. There is the Lunchbox Club and the Big Lunch Club. The Lunchbox Club gets a sticker sheet mailed right to their door every single month, and the Big Lunch Club gets a sticker sheet plus a bunch of extra goodies. The theme this month is, oh, it's June now, you guys, so there's a new theme. Last month we did bugs. We are pivoting to travel cats. Oh my god, I'm very excited about this theme. Not only is it terribly self-indulgent because it's literally just Nori and Flapjack, I am also trying a new style of drawing cats, which has been really fun. And I'm experimenting with the rewards. I have a brand new type of reward, which is a luggage card. These are just the cutest things I've ever seen. So you can attach it to your backpack or your luggage, write in your information so if it goes missing, you know where to find it. There is also a very cute print and a jumbo sticker, and hint, hint, nudge, nudge, there may be something in July that kind of builds on this concept. So if any of this stuff interests you, the mailable rewards, the digital content, please consider joining all of these wonderful people over on Patreon because it makes a huge difference. It's basically the backbone of my entire business, and I take so much pleasure in designing these rewards for you. I really hope you enjoy them and consider supporting me over on Patreon. That's it for the ad roll, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here for another video, even though it kind of ended on a weird note. Reminder to let me know if you have any questions about traveling to conventions. I always want to hear your feedback on anything that you saw in the video. Like and subscribe and stay sparkly. Don't let the cruel world dull your shine, and I will see you next time. Bye!